If you want to stay in Thailand for longer periods and browsing for visa options, or if you're already looking into the Thailand Elite Visa, then this video is for you. As a Thailand Elite Visa member, I will be providing my honest review, and I will also cover its pros and cons, who I think should and should not get this visa, the qualifications the applicants must have and maintain, some of the most asked questions, and the application process itself. Because I value your time, I've provided timestamps down in the description, so feel free to skip straight to the section that is most helpful to you. Please note that the specific terms, conditions, and benefits of the Thailand Elite Visa membership program may be subject to change. Qualifications and requirements may also differ on a case-by-case basis. If you want to discuss your application with an authorized Thai Elite Visa agent, I've provided a link down in the description. This will cost you nothing. With that out of the way, let's get to it. For those who don't know what exactly the Thailand Elite Visa is, it is a long-term multiple entry visa program offered by the Tourism Authority of Thailand. So yes, it's a government-approved program which allows members to stay in Thailand for extended periods with additional perks and benefits in exchange for a one-time membership fee. There are currently 7 packages. There used to be 8, but they recently discontinued the Elite Family Excursion. The key differences among the packages are the length of the visa, which can be 5, 10, or 20 years, and the kind of benefits and privileges each package offer. On screen, you will see a summary of each package. I won't be discussing them for the sake of time, so just pause the video if you need to read through them. I've been a Thai Elite Visa member since December of 2022, and here's what I can say about my experience. Because of the upfront cost, I wanted to be absolutely certain that the Thai Elite Visa was the right choice for me. So I prepared a comprehensive list of questions. Prior to submitting my application, I had extensive discussions about my plans with Ms. Ju. She's an authorized Thai Elite Visa agent. She was extremely polite and managed to promptly address all of my inquiries despite the 5-hour time difference. Since I was bringing my cats with me to Thailand, I needed to contact Animal Quarantine regarding the import of domestic animals from Germany. I wanted to ensure that my cats wouldn't be subjected to quarantine upon arrival, particularly considering the COVID-19 restrictions. Unfortunately, it was challenging to get in touch with them, and when I finally did, we faced communication issues due to the language barrier. Fortunately, Ms. Ju was kind enough to assist me. She personally contacted Animal Quarantine, and that part was solved quite smoothly. Regarding the background check that followed, I was told it can take anywhere from 1 to 3 months. However, mine was completed in approximately 1 month from the time Ms. Ju submitted my application to the Thailand Elite system, so it was pretty quick. Once my application was approved, the payment phase followed, which also proceeded smoothly. I simply had to coordinate with my German bank to initiate the money transfer. Overall, I would rate the application process 4 out of 5. It was relatively straightforward, but I deducted 1 point because I cannot select the exact date when the visa validity starts. Ms. Ju provided some recommendations on the optimal time to submit my application and when to make the payment to ensure that the visa start date wasn't too late or too early. I can imagine that it can get quite tricky for other use cases. After they confirmed my payment, they sent me the membership card and a welcome box. I would rate the card itself 4 out of 5 because it is simply a plastic card. I covered my personal details for security reasons. This is the Easy Elite Access card. Considering the premium price and the supposed elite status it promises, I expected it to have a more premium look and feel. And this is the welcome box. Inside you will find the wallet. It has the Thailand Privilege logo on the corner. This is the inside of the wallet. Yeah. And then you will also get 2 luggage tags, and then a thumb drive and a brooch, none of which I've used. I would give it a rating of 4 out of 5 because they kind of look like they were designed 20 years ago. The story I'm about to tell you happened last December 2022. On the day of my flight from Berlin to Bangkok, which was a Monday, I was denied boarding. Lufthansa's customer support provided incorrect information about traveling alone with my 2 cats despite me having bought an extra seat. We were rescheduled to fly on Wednesday, but it got cancelled due to a storm affecting the connecting flight through Munich. So we were rescheduled again, and this time our flight was set on Friday. Believe it or not, but that flight was also cancelled. In this day and age, Munich still can't handle storms, apparently. And Lufthansa had no alternative connecting flights to Bangkok except through Munich. At that point, they just wanted to cancel my flights altogether. Since I already resigned from my job and given up my apartment, we really needed to leave Germany. And so I demanded for a different airline, and luckily Lufthansa managed to book us with Finnair via Helsinki for the same day. Thankfully, Helsinki didn't have issues dealing with the heavy snow. With every flight cancellation, I also had to reschedule the airport services I booked with Thailand Elite. Thankfully, this process was hassle-free. I simply emailed them the new flight details and they promptly adjusted everything. Saturday, we finally arrived at Suvarnabhumi Airport. There was an Elite Personal Assistant or EPA waiting for us, and we took the airport buggy service from that point to the immigration. That would have been a long walk. The fast-track immigration processing was also a great relief. Remember, it was December, so the airport was really packed. It would have easily taken us a couple of hours just to get past immigration. Anyway, the next stop was the animal quarantine, where the staff didn't speak English. Or maybe they weren't comfortable speaking in English, although I find that surprising given that they work in an international airport. Anyway, the EPA ended up as my translator. There was a designated person for retrieving our luggage, so again, that was a relief. And once everything was settled at the airport, we were escorted to our ride and we were dropped off to our accommodation. Did I say I was flying with one cat instead of two the first flight from Berlin to Bangkok? Sunday evening, I had to fly back to Berlin to pick up Tony, the other cat, who I left with a friend because I had no other choice, while I had to leave Stark with a friend here in Bangkok. At this point, I felt like a zombie. I barely had any sleep the past week, so having access to the VIP lounge with free food and comfy armchairs while waiting for my flight back to Berlin was really great. It took me a total of 10 days trying to leave Germany with my two cats, even though I prepared for our move 5 months earlier. I never imagined leaving Germany would be that hard. I was traumatized so much that I never wanted to see the inside of an airport for the next 7 or 8 years. Imagine the stress I had to go through. Imagine how stressed my cats were. So just the airport services alone made the Thailand Elite Visa worth it for me. Regarding my first 90-day report, I just dropped off my passport at the Thailand Elite headquarters in Saturn on a Monday and picked it up on a Friday. There was no queue. It was pretty straightforward and quick. The second time I did it online, which was much easier because I didn't have to leave home. It took me less than 5 minutes. So I give this 90-day report assistance a 5 out of 5, although it's really just needed for the first time. When opening my bank account with Bangkok Bank, I just needed to email MCC and they provided me with the list of requirements and they scheduled an appointment with the bank for me. I just had to show up and I got a bank account when I stepped out. With Kasikorn Bank, I didn't even need an appointment. I just needed to show my Elite Visa card and they let me open a bank account with them. Both banks had English-speaking staff, so it was a breeze. These were all the benefits and privileges I've used so far, so there won't be any reviews regarding the other perks. As for the membership fee of 600,000 baht, I find that it's good value for my money. Considering that I came from Germany, I'm saving about half of what my typical monthly expense would be if I were to stay back in Berlin. If you divide the membership fee by how many months you plan to stay in Thailand within the Elite Visa's validity, that's how much you pay per month of stay in the country. And if that amount is significantly lower than the savings you can achieve by living in Thailand compared to your home country, then I'd say the membership fee is already justified. For example, if the membership fee is 600,000 baht and you intend to stay here for the entire 5 years, that's 60 months, then the monthly fee for staying in the country is only 10,000 baht. That's about 260 euros or 284 US dollars a month. Say you usually spend 3,000 US dollars monthly back in the US, and for the same standard of living, you only spend half of that in Thailand. That means that the membership fee just pays for itself with the amount you save. Having said that, there are many things you can and cannot do under the Elite Visa, so depending on what you plan to do in Thailand, it may or may not be the right for you. Here's a summary of its pros. The program provides a renewable 5-year multiple entry visa, allowing members unlimited entries into Thailand without the need for visa runs. Members won't also need to obtain a re-entry permit before leaving the country. which is quite convenient if you have to go in and out of Thailand frequently. Each time you enter Thailand, you will get a 1-year stamp, which allows you to stay in the country for the entire year, and this can be extended without you needing to leave the country. With the exception of the Elite Ultimate Privilege, which is only for ages 20 or older, and Elite Maxima Health, which is only for ages 5 to 55, the rest of the Elite Visa programs have no age requirement. This can be a great alternative for those wanting to retire early in Thailand but do not meet the age requirement of the retirement visa. When applying for the Thai Elite Visa, you will not be required to provide a Thai lease agreement as supporting document, unlike other visas. Aside from the one-time membership fee, it does not have strict financial requirements such as proof of income or funds, making it more accessible for those who may not meet traditional visa requirements. Members get to enjoy VIP greeting and escort services upon arrival and departure. They get access to airport VIP lounges and limousine transfers between the airport and their accommodations for international flights. The program provides assistance with fast-track immigration services, opening bank accounts, 90-day reporting, and processing driver's licenses. It also offers business networking opportunities. As a member, you will have access to a dedicated contact center for any inquiries or assistance, which is available 24 hours in English and from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Mandarin Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. Members can also enjoy special discounts at partner establishments, including hotels, restaurants, shopping malls, duty-free shops, golf courses, spas, hospitals, and more. While the Elite Visa offers numerous benefits, there are several factors to consider before applying. The program requires a one-time membership fee, which is a significant financial commitment for most people. Currently, the cheapest Elite Visa, which runs for 5 years, will cost you 600,000 baht. That's about 15,700 euros or 17,000 US dollars. This fee is also non-refundable. Should you need to change to a different visa before your Elite Visa expires, its validity won't be paused nor extended. The Elite Visa does not lead to permanent residency or citizenship, so if you're seeking those status options, it's best to explore alternative visa or immigration options. By category, Thailand Elite Visa is a long-term tourist visa. This means that there are limitations on what work and business you can do while in Thailand. Should you decide to work for a Thai company later on, for example, you will have to give up your Elite Visa in exchange for a working visa. When it comes to remote work, there are things to consider. I've covered some frequently asked questions, so be sure to watch that part later in this video. If your case is not covered, I highly suggest you fill up the application form I've provided down in the description so you can discuss your case with an authorized Thai Elite Visa agent. This won't cost you anything. The same case when you decide to get a formal education within the validity period of your Elite Visa, you will have to switch to the right visa. As you can see, it's best to be sure about your plans for at least the next 5 years before applying, or you might not get the most of its membership fee. So who should get the Thailand Elite Visa? Well, if you want to stay in Thailand for a longer period than what a typical tourist visa allows, and you have sufficient foreign funds to support your stay, then the Elite Visa is worth considering. As long as you have no intention to work for a Thai company or start your own Thai company, hire employees locally, or engage in business transactions in Thailand for at least the next 5 years. If you're a digital nomad looking for a base here in Southeast Asia or an entrepreneur wanting to run an online business while staying here in Thailand, then the Elite Visa might be the one for you. Also, for retirees who may not meet all the requirements or prefer not to comply with certain conditions associated with retirement visas, the Elite Visa is worth considering. And of course, for entrepreneurs who visit Thailand frequently and value the convenience of the Elite Visa's airport services, like the fast-track immigration process, then it sure is worth considering. Who should not get the Thailand Elite Visa? If you can barely afford the membership fee, then consider moving from one country to country or do border runs instead. Or better yet, save enough money to cover the membership fee and fund your stay in Thailand. This is not something you should be rushing. If your intent is to eventually get a job here in Thailand or conduct business transactions here in Thailand or even study here in Thailand, then I highly suggest you check for other visa options. Applying for an Elite Visa is pretty easy, as long as the applicant meets the following qualifications. You should have no record of imprisonment in any country except due to a petty offense or any offense due to negligence. You should have no record of bankruptcy or any financial crime. There should be no declaration of you as a person of unsound mind, incompetence, or quasi-incompetent. There should be no overstaying in Thailand more than once 3 years prior to the application. You are qualified to stay in Thailand in accordance with the immigration laws or any related law of Thailand. You hold a foreign passport, and you are qualified to enter a contract. How long can a member stay in Thailand? For as long as they want, given that it is within the validity period of their elite visa. Is a member required to do 90-day reporting? Yes, if they plan to continuously stay in the country without leaving for 90 days or over. If you live in Bangkok area, you can drop off your passport at the Thailand Privilege Card Head Office within 15 days before your due date, and they will do it for you. You just have to pick it up at a given date. If you live outside Bangkok, you will have to do it in person with the immigration office. From the second time and onwards, you can do the 90-day report online. If you miss the deadline, you will be required to do the reporting at the immigration office by yourself and will have to pay a fine of 2,000 baht. When do I have to do a stay extension? If you plan to continuously stay in Thailand for more than 1 year, you will be required to extend your stay permission before the expiry date stated in the arrival stamp. Otherwise, you will be considered as overstaying. Is it possible for Thailand Elite staff to do the stay extension on behalf of a member? Unfortunately, no. All foreigners must be present at the immigration office as there is a requirement of taking a photo and a fingerprint scan. Can Thailand Elite help members for overstay case? The answer is no. What are the payment options? You can transfer your payment from an overseas bank account. You can choose to transfer from a local bank account. You can do direct deposit. You can do online payment and credit card payment. How long is the application process? The entire application process could take up to 1 month to 3 months. What's the minimum validity of the passport that can be registered in the application process? Ideally, with up to 5-year period. However, passports with validity less than 5 years are also acceptable. But the passport must be valid for no less than 1 year upon application process. What would happen if I only have 3 years left on my passport? The validity of the Thai Elite Visa will match the passport's expiration date. Once your passport is renewed, you can transfer the remaining validity to the new passport. Note that Thailand Elite requires a minimum of 3 blank visa pages in your current passport, excluding observation or endorsement pages. If I'm overstaying in Thailand, can I apply for the Thai Elite Visa so I do not have to leave the country? You can apply if you are overstaying. However, if you have any overstay record during your current visit, you will be unable to obtain the Thai Elite Visa within the country. Application process may be successful, but you will be required to leave the country and get your Thai Elite Visa affixed and validated upon your next visit. If my family member doesn't have Elite Visa, can we travel to Thailand together? Yes, but they are not subject to Thai Elite Visa privileges as these are offered to members only. What happens if the 20-year validity is up? You apply for a new membership like your first time. Can a member work in Thailand? Technically no, but it's been possible to work remotely for a company located overseas so long as your income is transferred to an overseas bank account. Basically, you cannot do work that generates income in Thailand. Can a member do business in Thailand? You can be a business owner in Thailand, but you cannot sell goods and services in Thailand yourself. You can hire someone to manage it for you. You cannot conduct business transactions in Thailand. You can hold shares in a Thai company. Can a member buy real estate in Thailand? If a member wants to purchase a condo under their name, yes. If they want to buy a house or land, it gets more complicated, so it's best to consult a real estate agent. Can a member obtain a tax resident certificate or TIN from the tax department in Thailand? Yes, if a member stayed in Thailand for more than 180 days within a given tax year. Members can apply for a TIN and pay tax in Thailand, for example, if they receive rental income from an investment property. But for specific scenarios, please consult with a tax advisor. Can a member open a Thai bank account? For Kasikorn Bank and Bangkok Bank, it is certain that members can open a bank account. Advanced reservation is required, you just need to inform member contact center. For other banks, you need to contact the bank directly. Can a member apply for a driver's license? Yes, you are eligible to apply for a 2-year Thai driving license. If you are applying at the Department of Land and Transport Chatuchak office, You can book an Elite Personal Liaison or EPL service, and they will provide assistance for the document submission. The EPL service is free for the first time. A 2,000 baht service fee will be charged from the second time and onwards. Can a member buy a car in Thailand? Yes. If you want to apply for the Thailand Elite Visa, use the application form down in the description. Then Ms. Ju, the authorized Thailand Elite Visa agent who handled my own application, will contact you to discuss your qualifications to ensure approval. Any questions you may have, especially if you have a unique use case, you may discuss with her. Note that the only time you make a payment is if you decide to proceed after your application has been approved, and the only amount you pay is the membership fee. There are no agent fees whatsoever. Once the required documents are submitted into the Thailand Elite system, the background check will be done. At this point, all you have to do is wait. If you pass the background check, the next will be the issuance of the approval letter. Then it's time for you to make the payment if you do decide to proceed with your application. After your payment is confirmed, they will send you the welcome letter and the welcome box. Lastly, the Thailand Elite Visa will be affixed to your passport. You may do this at the Thai embassy in your home country or at the Suvarnabhumi airport upon your arrival. Alternatively, if you are already in Thailand before the approval of your application, you can coordinate with the Elite Visa agent and they will help schedule the visa affixation for you. If you want to know why I moved here in Thailand under the Elite Visa, then watch this video next. I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you for watching.